All right, guys, welcome back. Today we have a 2v2 arena, and in the orange we have Sahil. He's from India, playing as the Portuguese. In the red we have Carmillum. He is playing as Lithuanians, and he's from France. In the blue we have Estam Papleres. I don't know how to say that. He is from Mexico, and he's playing as the Franks. And lastly, we have Dudy Castillo. He is from Panama, and he's playing as the Cumans. Sahil just said, nice team bonus. Well, Cumans have a 33% more Palisade team bonus. Maybe he's talking about Red. Red has the 20% faster working monasteries. Oh man, I hate when that happens. And Portuguese, they have a shared line of sight from the beginning, and Franks have the +2 line of sight on their knights. But I'm assuming he's talking about the 20% faster working monasteries. So in this game, we're going to get to see just how strong Lithuanians are on Arena. I think we all know that they're strong, but it's pretty evident in this video. And then another thing with the Cumans, we'll go back to them real quick. The Cumans, they have a strong feudal push because they have access to rams early on, and they also have access to a second TC if they want. And I do apologize for how my voice sounds. I was in the field with the army the last few days, actually more closer to a week, and we did a lot of training, a lot of exercises, and I was part of the Op 4, which is the opposing forces, and we did a lot of yelling and screaming, so I've lost part of my voice, so I do apologize. We're going to speed it up a little bit though until some action starts. Going on to his berries. As Franks, you got that 40% faster berry gather rate. Red says control it. Control what? What is going on? Not sure what Red is referring to here. I did speed through this video real quick before, just to see how it ended. But I'm not sure what he's referring to when he says control it. All players are pretty much doing the standard arena go-to. 20 villagers for red and orange, or 21 now for red, and 19 and 20 for blue. So pretty even. Let's see what each player's line of sight looks like. So red, that's the Portuguese bonus. Red and orange have the shared line of sight even before a market. This is what gray sees, which he's done just enough to scout orange's walls. And this is what blue sees. He sees where red is at, so you know who he is facing. And gray has his scout in front of orange's front gate. And now he's in feudal. And he is going to stone early. Because they have access to ram, if you go to stone early, you can build your own towers and easily take down any defensive towers. He also is collecting a little bit of gold there. Red says coming. What is he coming to? Oh, here we go, finally. Orange says nah, stay. So orange is walling up behind, and here we have the early siege workshop from the Cuman player. And we have 2 towers from the Cuman player as well. Gray really trying to pressure orange. Now, I think it was kind of a mistake to pressure the Portuguese unit. If anything, I would have pressured the Lithuanian unit. Portuguese don't have a strong win rate. But Lithuanians, especially on Arena, do. So Orange does have a defensive tower up. But the problem is, you got to be able to stop the rams. And Blue is sending in some scouts as well. And Orange is getting Loom, as he lost a villager there. Red sending over some spearmen to help stabilize against Blue's scouts. And Orange getting the blacksmith. I'm assuming he's trying to get maybe the range upgrade. And he does have two, yeah, he is. He does have two archery ranges. I'd like to see some archers maybe funneled into the tower instead of using villagers. Use archers, that way you can keep your eco going. Second defensive tower. And Red is in Castle Age. He's dropping a second TC here. And he's also got his monastery up already. Blue, not doing too much. Red says you need siege. Looks like Blue, yeah, he'll be in castle in about a minute and a half. Red offering to send him stuff if he needs it. The villager count is about the same for both teams. I'd really like to see a lumber camp here for Gray. Gray still persisting, still building towers. Blue over here with some scouts. And so Orange does have archers. I just feel like instead of having 10 villagers idle, you put your archers, which aren't that great against scouts, into your towers. And leave your villagers producing and walling. And maybe even send your villagers to try and take down some towers. Just using their melee abilities. And Blue is in Castle Age now as well. So you're probably going to start seeing some Frankish knights out soon. He's got two stables on the front. There they go. And it's kind of surprising, I guess maybe all his attention's just on fighting, but Gray did not go for a second feudal TC. Could have easily dropped one here next to these villagers in the gold. But they're really going all in on the Portuguese player and leaving Red alone to boom. So as long as Orange can just stay alive, Red is going to be a hell of a powerhouse because he's going to start collecting these relics, which I'm kind of surprised he hasn't already. He has the monastery. He is sending out monks now. Alright. If you're not aware already, the Lithuanian player gets, and those archers go down, the Lithuanian player gets an extra attack for every single relic that he captures on his Nightline and on his Lightus, which is his unique unit. Up to four attack. So that can make you have some extremely strong cavalry. And Blue just coming in here with these knights and just picking them off. I really would like to see some more spearmen from Orange here, as these archers are just not going to cut it against these Frankish knights. I mean, knights in general are going to just destroy villagers and archers, but I mean, especially Frankish knights are so tanky. And Orange is going really heavy on stone. I'm also kind of surprised, maybe he just didn't sneak a couple villagers out through this side gate and let them have his base for now. Just abandon it, maybe go someplace else. Trying to get some house walls up to protect his villagers, but oh, and that hurts to see. Fighting knights with villagers, that's never a good thing. And villagers just dropping left and right. He's going to have to call back to his TC to keep some of them alive. Just an absolute slaughter there. Red coming in with some pikes finally. These defensive towers are going down to the Cuman Rams. Orange says no food. He's now down to 18 population. Doing anything he can to try and fight these Rams off and keep his towers up, but it's too late. And you look at Orange's base and you just wonder, like, is this GG? But surprisingly, the score is about equal, and they actually have a slight advantage. It keeps bouncing back and forth. Lithuanian player still got villagers pumping out. He's at 57. Gray and blue have 44 and 37 respectively. And I would really like to see more town centers coming down from blue. I'm not sure why he's not taking this time. Like, Gray's doing the majority of the fighting. Like, let's get some freaking TCs. Let's get a Frankish boom going on over here. But instead, he opts to go for a castle drop. And he only sent 4 villagers forward. I think I would have liked to have seen it maybe closer to the barracks here. That way it ranges the wood line, the stone, and the TC. Red's asking if Orange is up yet. Orange says no. Orange still trying to hang in by the skin of his teeth. And Gray just keeps tenaciously building these towers. Like, what a difficult situation to be up against the Cuman tower and ram push. Plus having Frankish knights running around. And finally, good. Gray finally dropped a second TC here. He can access the wood. He's got access to the gold. He can drop some farms. Might need to refresh this lumber camp here. And kind of surprised Blue isn't just like pumping out some knights. He's got 1 knight right now. He's got 2 stables. He's got a decent economy. But kind of slow. And Red is building some production buildings over here. He's going to go on stone as well. Red says I'm gearing maybe. Not sure exactly what that means. And Orange is building a market. I'm assuming he's trying to click up here. Maybe. Still hasn't clicked up yet. And his army is getting ranged by these towers and castle. Has to pull back. And Orange is on his way up now. So if anything, I would let these villagers start farming behind here and keep this TC up at all costs. And he's trying to stabilize a wall off this side. Blue deciding to build a defensive castle over here. Probably to protect that stone and maybe that wood line as well. And Red has 4 relics now. There's 1 more relic over here, but that would just be for additional gold. The 4 relics is the max for attack plus attack that he can get on his knight line. And Blue trying to get in here, Orange walling. So instead he's going to take these knights and attack the villagers. Those villagers are going to go down. And this hurts to see. If he repairs his TC, can he keep it up? Can he keep it up? It's at 7%, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Oh, what happened there? I'm confused. So, he was down to the last couple seconds for his castle age. And now his castle age just reset. And he's still in feudal. And he says GG. So he was down to the last couple seconds, and for whatever reason, it didn't go into the next age. And he lost his town center. He says no TC. 11, which is laughing. And orange is down to 10 villagers. 10 villagers, 10 pop is what he says right there. Trying to keep his guys alive. Red building a fort and castle on blue's face. Not doing a whole lot with it right now. And red coming in here to save the day. Rams and knights. And these knights currently have 15 attack. He says if you kill castle, then maybe. Talking about his chance to survive. Not sure why he deleted that house there. Taking a chance. Like to see him get another TC up. And red getting a second attack upgrade, so then he will have 16 attack. Right now, blue has the Frankish Knights, which have more hit points, but they don't have the same amount of attack. Orange says, okay, I think we have a chance. Castle goes down. And things are starting to stabilize here. The towers are getting cleared up. These Lithuanian knights are just so freaking strong. They now have 16 attack. And orange finally gets the chance to click up again. He's got a TC up over here. So let's try that again. And funny enough, Gray even built a mill here to collect orange's berries. And then orange says, I still fast Vittoria. That's funny. Fast Vittoria. I don't think you're going to be doing anything fast there, orange. Slow, I mean. Yes, maybe slow Vittoria. That's funny. Yeah, if you're not familiar, Vittoria is a unique building that Portuguese can create. And the Vittoria, it takes, I think, 25 population, and it slowly creates a trickle of resources, of all the resources, to the Portuguese player. Recently, it got nerfed. It used to have more hit points in a castle, and now it's closer to like a TC's hit points. I think it's like 2,700 hit points, something like that. And blue is an Imperial Age, so now he has trebs. He says, damn, he can treb. And the red says, crap. So, if I were blue, he's got 2 castles and a third going up. He needs to be pumping out trebs ASAP. And alongside those trebs, he needs an answer to these Lithuanian knights. And in my opinion, as strong as Frankish knights are, and I'm not opposed to making some of them, maybe monks would be the best choice. Red sending Batard out. Monks versus the Lithuanians would help because of how strong their Lightus and their Nightline is. The Lightus have 19 attack right now. That's just insane. Blue with some idle villagers here. Needs to get them back to work. And I think it was the right call for red after he helped orange stabilize to attack blue. Not only is blue closer, but blue is the player that probably has the best chance of being a problem with the Frankish economy. And he is trebbing down his castle, which is good. Red streaming out some pikes here just in case blue does make some knights. And red sending in an extremely slow moving army here of some pikes, some knights, and some rams. And they're just going to go running past all of this. Losing rams, losing men. I'm not sure. Maybe he clicked. He must have clicked the gate and then didn't see anything else created. And all of that's going to get cleaned up easily by Gray. Red running away with his last few knights here. Trying to keep them alive. And orange is starting to stabilize. He's collecting food from those farms. I would like to see a TC over here by the gold, maybe. Maybe one over here. And he walled behind the spots where they was broken into. So he does have a secure base again, for now. Red targeting those production buildings. So blue took down that castle, and that's good, but what now? You've got your Trebs sitting here not doing anything, and you don't have much of an army. Gray and blue, they have 73 and 64 villagers, which is like 138. I say 65 now. Villagers. And red alone has 118. So even though orange was basically taken out of the picture, the two of them combined are about as strong as red. So this is where they really need to push. And I think I would maybe try and treb down the castle, but for the most part, I wouldn't be worried too much about this, and what I would try and break into red's base here to try and stop the powerhouse. Like, even if it's just like some petards, and then like do some raiding just to try and get his economy slowed down. And the Cuman player deciding to go with Kipchak. And Kipchak is a unique cav archer unit that fires, I think it's 3 arrows at a time. But I don't know if that's like the best idea versus pikes having to constantly hit and run. It takes a lot of micro, and you need to be focused on booming your economy up. Orange says I will make expos. Still only 2 TCs. I feel like the unit choice could have been better. You need something that counters Lithuanian knights, and that's either going to be pikes or monks. And I think even pikes is underwhelming because, I mean, 5 attack plus their bonus attack, and you have these Lithuanian knights that are now cavalier with 18 attack cavalier, and that's not including the lightest, which are 19 attack right now, but will be more if he upgrades them. Yeah, 19 attack right now. Slightly less hit points, though. They do have 120 hit points. The Cavalier have 140. Trying to break through Blue's house walls here. Blue with a lot of idle villagers. Sending Trebs forward kind of late now. He has throwing axemen, which are a good unit, but nothing to back them up. No pikes or monks or anything. And red running in here between 2 castles trying to snipe these Trebs. And he got one of them. It's a second one. And a third one. So all the Trebs will go down for blue. And interesting that Gray decided to build a town center forward with farms forward. When you have all this space that you could build farms back here, that would be much better protected. And I don't know, maybe these guys need to get the idle villager pointer like I have, where you can see the little exclamation points above their head, because idle villagers are like popping up everywhere. I get it. When you're under attack, it happens. But still. Orange says I can up in 5 minutes. Interesting. And red just got the paladin upgrade. So now his paladins have 20 attack and 180 hit points. These are literally Lithuanian tanks. And the Lithuanian tanks are in, and blue does not have enough. These Lithuanians can literally take out castles by themselves in small numbers. It's insane to see. Red says we need archers. Blue trying to wall in his villagers here to keep them alive. It's really now on Gray. If something's going to happen, it's going to be Gray. Orange is still weak. He still has only 32 villagers right now. Orange says, make Lightus better. Well, I mean, Lightus are great. Problem is, you have to make Lightus from Castle, and you have to get another upgrade when you already have Paladin, and you have plenty of stables. And another thing is Lightus, they excel against units with a lot of armor, like other Night Lions and stuff like that. And with blue out of the picture, it's mostly just gray with Halberdier and Kipchak, and neither one of them have a whole lot of armor that you're really going to be worrying about, because the Lightus ignores the armor. So I think the Paladin is the correct choice. Orange says organ guns in 2 minutes. So the organ guns will be good against Gray's pikes that he's got here. I think maybe though I would have gone fully upgraded skirmisher. The skirmishers have a bonus versus halberdiers, and they don't require castles to be created. So I would think I would do that, because right now Orange doesn't have a castle. He is dropping his first one here, but or well, maybe not. Oh no, he is. Okay. But you know, like I said, organ guns, you have to get the castle up, and then you have to get, if you want the elite upgrade and stuff like that. It's all in the castle, so it can really slow down your production. But skirms, you could just spam a bunch of archery ranges. And blue's over here with a couple of villagers left, but he actually walled in red's paladin. That's kind of funny right there. Red running into the castle fire. And he's trying to get a TC up over here. I kind of wonder if he will or not. Looks like he might. I'm surprised. Wow. And then maybe a misclick onto the gold should get the TC back up. Red says not a problem. I'm just going to take out this gate. Oh, now that's funny. Red used a villager. Red used a monk to convert a villager, and that villager is now building a barracks inside of Blue's woodline. Oh, that's funny. Can he get it up though? Blue notices. Maybe not. No, he can't. But if he gets another villager conversion, maybe he can get it the second time.
So.
I wonder if he'll do that. I hope he does. And red coming in here, attacking gray now. And interesting choice. Building a scorpion. I'm not sure what units a scorpion would be good against. Definitely not paladin. Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not what I think of as a Lithuanian paladin counter. Doing pretty decently though, cleaning up those paladins, losing a lot of villagers in the meantime though. Does have a trub out here, unprotected. And red is dropping a bunch of archery ranges. Presumably to start creating skirms, I would imagine. Yes, he is getting the elite skirmisher upgrade. And orange does have 2 castles now and is pumping out the organ guns. I would like to see maybe part of the wall down here deleted, or a gate made for easy access to stream out those organ guns. And then maybe a forward TC on some stone. Let's see what happens here. Oh, just collecting them still. Alright. Trebuchets, both of them go down for gray. And yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Is just it's easy to run in with these paladins and really clean up these scorpions. And Halbs is the right choice against the cavalry line usually, but you need to have at bare minimum equal numbers to be able to do something, but preferably greater numbers than the paladins to actually win. And here come the alerts elite skirmishers, which will be great against Kipchak and great against the halberdier line. And Red got in here. Not enough to take out TCs, but he is doing some raiding. Getting cleaned up pretty quickly though by the Halbs and the Kipchak. One left over here. Looks like Red pulled away his monk. He's not going to go for an extra conversion. And Blue actually gets one TC up here and builds another TC up here in the middle, which is kind of strange to me. There's nothing but a burning farm here. Maybe build it closer to your gold or potentially over here to a wood line. It's also a little more out of sight. There is still one Lidus in the base. You can't see it right now. And this TC is going down. The organ guns are in. The organ guns plus elite skirmishers, yeah, it's not going to happen. Gray going with a castle up here. Red, I guess, didn't see the castle. Parked two trebs right next to it. His skirmishers and his trebs are in danger now. Having to pull back a little bit. As Red targets Blue. He really doesn't want Blue to make a comeback like Orange is doing. Coming in here with his paladins. He did bring his Lidus over here and notice that. Trying to wall up and keep his villagers alive. That is a ton of Lithuanian knights. And at this point, you have to realize it's GG. Gray getting his bowsaw upgrade. Alright. I don't think Gray realizes just how dire things might be with Blue out of the picture and Orange rebooming. And Red says, "Game, good game." And then he says, "Damn, bro, goat organs." Is 20, 23, 24 organ guns. Yeah, 28 of them now, actually. Here the organ guns come in for the grand finale. Putting in some work against these halberdiers. Preferably when you use organ guns, you want to have a little bit of a meat shield in front of them to really maximize the benefit, but they still clean it up pretty well. I think maybe one castle to make trebuchets and a bunch of archery ranges would have been the better choice for the elite skirm. He is sending his organ guns all the way around rather than making a new spot here. Kind of slowing down how quickly they can get to the fight. And Red is in with his Lithuanian tanks, and these TCs and buildings are going down. Orange says, "Up, fastest imp." Orange is a funny guy. And Blue has 2 villagers left, and Gray has 11. I respect tenacious players and people that keep fighting to the end, but keep fighting until there's no longer a chance to win. Once there's no longer a chance to win, you might as well resign. Otherwise, you're just kind of wasting people's time. And Gray's villagers going down like flies. And I guess he's still creating a couple of them because his numbers keep going up as they go down. He has one TC left here, which, funny enough, was the most exposed TC, but is now the only standing TC. Orange is almost an Imperial Age. Can he get it before they resign? He's got 20 seconds left. And interesting, Gray creating some siege, some onagers looks like. And I don't know what that was. Once again, it shows that Orange hit Imperial Age and then went back to not hitting Imperial Age. I don't know what's going on, if that's a bug or what. Look at the statistics real quick here. Yeah, 395 kills for the Lithuanian player. That's just crazy. And those relics, they really help support that gold heavy unit going into heavy paladins or lightus as well. So yeah, I felt like this was a pretty fun comeback arena game. Who doesn't like watching the underdogs come back? And like I said, you can't sleep on the Lithuanian players on arena. It's a strong civ, and once they get those relics in the bank, it becomes almost unstoppable. They could have easily set up some trade too if they needed. But anyway, that's all for now, guys. We'll catch you later.